Another beautiful day here in Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome all viewers of the Tennis Channel, but we're not watching tennis today. We are here at the Racket Club of Memphis for the US Open of Racquetball. Standing courtside here with Kane Waselenchuk. Kane, 2 years off. You come back. Here you are at the US Open playing Jack Huscek, one of your favorites on tour. So I'm curious to see what's in your head right now with this match coming up.
I'm just getting ready to play. I mean, Jack and I have battled twice this year already. I came out on top, and you know, like I said yesterday, I'd like to stake claim to this tournament, and I'm here to make history.
Yeah, man. So bottom line, Jack and you have, a little bit of history. Not afraid to talk to each other. You're not friends, and you've made that public. So, I mean, is there going to be some talking out there? Is there some, some anger going on with you right now, or what are you feeling?
No, I mean, it's not about him. It's all about me right now. I don't really care what he does, what he says. If the talking happens, well, I won't back down from it. But we'll see what happens. I'm just going to go out there and play my game.
Number 2 ranked player in the world, Jack Huscek. Jack, I'm loving this shiner on your eye, man. You're a warrior. Back in Canada, took a racket in the face. I guess he broke it over your face, and then you go and win the tournament.
Yeah, nothing to it. I just had to pick a little graphite out of the old eye and a few stitches, nothing to it.
Let's talk about this matchup, semifinals. No secret that you guys, not the best of friends, but and a lot of people in this crowd love to watch you guys rival and love to watch you talk and all that. Is this going to be a factor today?
Oh, it's going to be a fun match. We've played a lot of matches together over the years, and we're similar ages, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Any new game plan? He's been off for 2 years. You haven't seen Kane in a couple years. Now he's back a couple tournaments in. Anything different for you going into this match against Kane?
No, I mean he looks fresh. He's obviously been training, working on his game, and as have I. So just makes for a great matchup. We're two young, hungry guys going after it, and gonna enjoy it today.
Well, you got a lot of fans here, Jack. The crowd's full here. People are yelling your name. So good luck, bud.
Thanks, appreciate it.
2008 US Open Racquetball Championships is brought to you by Panasonic, Ideas for Life, and by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Wilson Art Flooring. If it's tough enough for pro racquetball, it's tough enough for your home. Enjoy the beauty and durability of Wilson Art Flooring, available at flooring centers everywhere. And Lucite International, the worldwide leader in crystal clear acrylic. To learn more, visit lucite.com. And USA Racquetball, your link to the greatest game on earth. To learn more about how racquetball can improve your quality of life, go to usaracquetball.com. It was almost 50 years ago when Danny Thomas had a dream. A dream of creating a unique research hospital devoted to curing catastrophic diseases in children. More than just a treatment facility, this would be a research center for children from all parts of the world. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital has always played a big part in the sport of racquetball. Every year since the US Open began here in Memphis, the players take time out to go over and visit these children. Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships has donated now over $100,000 to St. Jude's. This helps in advancing the research and treatment for these brave children. Not only is this great for the kids to meet these professional athletes, but it's also a reminder to the players and all of us truly what real strength and courage is all about. Welcome back to Memphis. Here's Doug Ganem. Thanks for joining us today. I mean, Doug, you are wearing a lot of hats here. You're the tournament director, and you're also sitting side by side doing commentary. What a matchup we have here. Semifinals, Jack Huscek and Kane Waselenchuk.
Well, I'm the tournament director, but I wanted the best seat. And you got the best seat here, so I decided to sit by it today. This is going to be a treat. We got Kane Waselenchuk, who's won this event 3 times. Jack Huscek finished #1 in 2007. Has beaten Kane several times, although Kane has a winning record against him. This really should be a battle.
Speaking of battles, Kane Waselenchuk in the quarterfinals just to get to this semi-match played against Alvaro Beltran, the phenom out of Mexico. #1 player out of Mexico, and it was a 5-game barn burner. And looked like the match might have got away from him there for a second, but Cain just showed his power and his skill and came out victorious. And
he sure did. Little skip ball there, uncharacteristic off the back wall for Cain, but I think we're in for a hell of a match here.
Absolutely. Well said. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, really, no better words to say here. Cain Waselenchuk, Jack Huscek, not a fan of each other, so there's going to be a little bit of yapping out there. We've got mics on these players, so we're going to definitely pick up some of the trash talk. I'm sure Cain won't get through this match without saying something to him.
Yeah, these guys, they don't go out to dinner together, let's say. But it actually makes for more fun for the fans, because you can feel the tension as a spectator. You can feel the tension that these guys have for each other. They want to win, and that's all it's about. They want to beat each other's brains.
Exactly, Doug. And I mean, I love sportsmanship, and I love it when people compliment. That's a great thing to see. But I got to be honest, I think I'd rather see not a tea party out there. I'd rather see them battle. I don't want to see the two buddies giving each other compliments after every shot.
No question. I like to refer to racquetball as a cross between tennis and the UFC.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're off to a hot start here. Cain skipped 2 or 3 balls in a row there, but he buried that one, so he's back in the box, 1 serving 3. Coming out lob nicking, you'll see Cain Waselenchuk has all the weapons. He can drive, can lob, and Jack Huscek as well.
It's a good shot.
2 serving 3.
2 serving 3. Yeah, I expected Cain to be sort of Cliff Swain style in this match. I thought I'd see him drive serving just nonstop. But, yeah, there's a couple lob serves get going here.
Yeah, I think he likes his lob nick on this court.
Side out. Just framed it, sidewall. What? He framed the ball, side out. 3 serving 2.
That was the worst shot I've ever seen.
It was. It's disgusting.
Jack Huscek taking his time up in the front court. Knows that every single serve matters. Got a smile on his face, though.
It's really incredible court they're playing on. This is the Memphis US Open debut for this new all-lucite portable stadium racquetball court. Really incredible. People can watch from all 4 sides, even the front wall, which appears to be white on television. It's a special twin view film. There's actually tons of people sitting behind that front wall watching through the film. They can see perfectly.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Solid shot there by Cain.
2 serving 4.
We're going to play first one to win 3 games. You got games to 11. You got to win by 2. And I would fully expect this match to go 4 or 5 games.
I agree with you there. No chance either one of them is going to blow the other out in a 3-game straight. Wow.
Just a very solid point from Huscek. His return of serve was perfect. Hit it about 2.5 feet high. Cross court, catch a little glass. Got a weak return and buried the next one.
Wow. That's a great serve by Huscek. I was actually pretty impressed with the return.
Yeah, that serve was dead. I mean, it just died in the corner. Cain had to make himself real small and hit a heck of a shot. It just popped up off that left side wall, and Jack was able to get after it.
Quick rules of the game here of racquetball. Standing inside the service box, 2 solid lines. They've only get 1 serve. There is no fault here, or a second serve. So they've got to hit that front wall, and it's got to pass that second solid line, and then the ball's in play. And they rally. You got to get the ball on 1 bounce, and also the serve cannot hit the back wall. That would be a long serve.
Not on a fly. It's got to hit the floor first. Yep.
Just came off of a 2-year suspension.
Wow, what a get.
That's unbelievable. And as you can see there, Cain's ranked number 11 right now, but again, came off a 2-year suspension, and before that suspension, he was number 1 in the world. We're going to take another break here. We'll be right back for more exciting racquetball. Welcome back to the Tennis Channel. the 2008 US Open Racquetball Championships.
I'm going to say while Kane was gone, his 2-year absence from the tour, Jack's game probably suffered a little bit. He didn't have that Kane to pull his game up to the next level. Even though he did finish number 1 the next year after Kane left, I'm still going to say his game definitely softened a little bit. Having Kane back, although it's a handful for Jack and everybody else on the tour, it's probably a good thing for him.
It is a lob serve to the backhand. Well, it would be a backhand if I was out there, but I keep forgetting that Kane's a lefty.
Kane's a lefty. Look how low he gets when he hits these balls. I mean, his knees are almost scraping the ground. I'm sure with these instant replays, you'll be able to see that. The other thing to watch with Kane that he does that nobody else does is he hits his pinch shots incredibly tight. What I mean by that is he hits them almost dead into the corner, whereas most players hit them 3 or 4 feet back on the side wall and let them rotate over to the front. He sticks them right in the corner, and it just ends the rally so quickly.
Yeah, and every once in a while with that power, you'll see it catch the sidewall and front wall at the same time, and it just comes out, I mean, almost 10 times faster. It's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he just hits the ball so low, it's crazy.
Can't ask for much more than this. Game 1, 5-5. Kane Waselenchuk, Jack Huscek battling out there.
Yeah, Jack went up 4-2, so this is a little bit of a momentum shift here in Kane's favor, even though it's tied. Great shot.
Wow. Takes it right out of the air.
You know, it's pretty obvious, Sean. We're going to see an incredibly high level of ball today. This is going to be a treat for the fans.
In a perfect setting to do that. This US Open is the original Grand Slam. I mean, this stadium court, fans love this, love the viewing ability. They love these two players. And the fact that we're shooting in high definition, you at home can watch every single point like you're just right here in front of it.
Yeah, what a treat. You know, we had almost 700 players in this tournament in all different amateur and pro divisions, and we're down now to 4 players. This is the first semifinal match. Nope, left that up a little bit. That's probably going to cost him. Sure did. Continued strong playing from Kane. Jack needs to tighten up his return to serve a little bit here.
Wow.
Tremendous shot. Good coverage by Jack. He got right over there. The other kind of differentiating feature of Kane's game is his hands, and you saw him a little bit there. Most players would have had to flick that ball to the ceiling or some other defensive shot, and he was able to hit an offensive shot. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Oh,
left side up.
Great point there.
It really was until Jack just left that up a little too much, and Kane, yeah, he's just going to make him pay for that every time.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened there. Jack was in position to bury that ball, and I think maybe he had trouble seeing it. These guys are playing on a complete fishbowl.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, now watch the face.
And Jack's going to take a timeout after that.
Between the legs, buried in the left corner.
Unbelievable. We're going to take a break after that. I mean, this is just getting too good over here in Memphis. 8-5, Kane Waselenchuk, game 1. We'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Memphis. This crowd's feeling this right now. Is it just a quick timeout? It's game 1, and they're going crazy, Doug Gannon.
Yeah, I think it was the between the legs flat rollout in the left corner. That was unbelievable.
This is game number 1.
That got these folks charged up.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Kane is, you know, he's out with vengeance, definitely. He has come back with an attitude to kill out here, and it's so evident in the way he's playing. But Jack Huscek's so good, he's just not trying to let anybody walk all over him.
Yeah, but really here, I mean, Jack was up 4-2, and now it's 9-5. So second half of this game has been a pretty good beatdown. Kane, a little junk serve. Yeah, that's a little wild there.
I'll get that ball.
Already game point here in game 1.
Jack's definitely hitting some loose balls here. He's hitting a lot of balls off the back wall. That serve was not very good from Kane, and Jack didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, if Jack's going to do anything in this match, there's just no room for mistakes. You know, if he's going to be in this at all, he cannot leave any balls up. Can't be missing against Kane.
Yep.
Good shot. And he got away with that, if you ask me. That wasn't even, he basically hit a 5-foot high shot and just somehow, Kane decided to make a decision to hit it early. But
yeah, return to serve was not the greatest. But good hands coming up to shovel that in the corner.
Just missed that.
10,
Tracking it. A little junk serve.
First game, Kane.
Ton of mistakes out of Jack Huscek.
Yeah. Second half of that game was pretty sloppy.
We'll see what happens here and see if Jack can turn it around as the game 1 is done. 11-5. Kane Waselenchuk wins. We'll be right back for game 2. Welcome back to the semifinals of the US Open Racquetball Championships. Kane Waselenchuk in the back, and up front, wearing the head shirt, Jack Huscek. And we are in game 2, Doug. I'm not sure what to expect to see here. I mean, Jack's got to do something more than he did in that first game.
Yeah, his back is up against the wall right now. I'm going to call this a must-win game for Jack. If he goes down 2-0 to Kane, the chances of him winning the match are almost nil.
Yeah, that's a tall order. Being down 2-0 to Kane, and I think you're going to win 3 straight.
No question. This is pretty much a must-win game for Jack. A little bit better return serve there. Jack seems to be struggling to find a way to score points against Kane. He's kind of searching for a serve, trying to find a little momentum here.
Oh, wow. Hold it. Stop. Foot fault was called.
A foot fault was called. Doug, why don't you talk about the rule there and the sideline players?
They're standing in that service box. There's 2 lines, and you're allowed to go over the front line, but part of your foot has to touch the line. If your entire foot goes over the line, one of these side wall referees will call a foot fault.
Oh, wow. Fairly new to the tour, as you can see the guy with the microphone there. He's our sideline referee. And I think it's been a great addition to the sport, and especially at the pro level. It is so tough. And for a while there, it was the only sport that had just one pair of eyes on a professional level calling. I mean, you see in tennis, there's, what was there, 5-10 people.
Somebody on every line.
Right.
Skip ball, skip.
I think for the accuracy and the fairness of the play, it's been a nice addition to the IRT.
Yeah, I think this new court allows them to do a little bit better job officiating. They can put somebody on both sides. They got the head referee on the back wall. They're really not making any mistakes.
Wow.
That's a great return. But again, the issue here is finding a serve to score some points. He's getting them out of the box, but not getting any momentum in the box. Let's see what he comes up with here.
Still zeros, game 2. Kane leads 1-0 in the series.
It's a weak Z serve, very weak Z serve.
Kane makes him pay for it with a great shot.
Jack really hasn't hit a good serve since about 4-2 in the first game. And yeah, you're exactly right, Sean. Kane will make you pay for every loose serve.
Look at that, from the knees.
Yep.
Hold it.
Not a whole lot of players can do what Kane just did. From the knees, take a full swing. Andy Hawthorne I give a lot of credit to. Had some success on the tour, but Andy's great at diving and hitting shots from the knees, but nobody, I think, in the game does that better than Kane Waselenchuk.
Yeah, I mean, Andy has to kind of leave his feet a little bit to do it. You saw Kane still on his feet, just bending so low that his knees scrape the ground. It's really incredible. It's like a crab.
Some of the talk about Kane during his absence was, 2 years off the tour. Whether you're practicing at home, playing club ball or not, all the rest of the tour players were getting their experience on the pro tour with pro events. And a lot of the talk was, regardless of how much Kane is playing or practicing at home, if you don't have that tournament play, it's going to take him a while to get acclimated to the game. But, as you know, Doug, he comes back. He's played 3 stops, and he's won them all.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about somebody that's truly special. I mean, what you described, somebody taking time off, a 2-year absence especially, I mean, that's going to apply to 99% of the people out there, professionals or amateurs. You take away from any game, and you're going to come back rusty. But this guy is really, really special.
Jack got a little fortunate there as it rolled off the back wall.
Yeah, occasionally you get a lucky bounce. That certainly was. He had a bad shot. It was going to fly off the back wall and be a setup, and it ended up cracking, and you got a freebie.
Hold it. Stop. Football.
Wow, another football call. That's, with Jack not playing well, at least not up to his ability, and then to have a couple foot faults called, man.
Well, he's having trouble finding a good serve and hitting a good serve, and that's just another distraction. Very poor return to serve. Just flew it off the back wall. Let's see if Jack can tighten things up here. That was a bad serve from Kane, but Jack kind of hit the ball right to him. It's just a little too low for Kane to do his crab move.
Yeah, we need to see Jack go on a series, run here.
Well, here he's trying something new. Let's see how this works out. Yeah, I like that serve. Get a defensive return. Yep. Sloppy there.
Wow.
Yeah, just can't see the ball. Struggling to see it. A little less attitude than I was expecting. I don't know about you. The only one I saw was when Kane hit the between the legs and he stood up with the chin up high and did the little bit of, Saturday Night Fever move.
Right, exactly. Well, the thing that we get so excited about is, we mic these players. These players have microphones strapped to them, so we can hear a little trash talk.
And we get nothing.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on here?
Great get. Is it going to stay in the court? What's he going to do? Oh, it hit Kane. Got a little too cute. It was faking, and the double fake, and the triple fake was the kiss of death. He's smiling, he knows it.
Yeah, trying to get a little too fancy there.
Unfortunately, the only one who's smiling right now on the court is Kane.
Generally the case, though. You don't see Jack smiling too often out there.
Yeah, he's knows about his business. He's a serious guy. See, there's a setup, and didn't put it away. Great hands, though, from Kane. But Jack's just doing nothing. I mean, he's not putting away anything.
The thing, you love or hate Jack. The bottom line is he's all business, and you got to give him credit for that. He works harder than anybody outside of the tournaments. He's the most fit player on tour. He comes to these tournaments, and his goal is to not make buddies necessarily with anybody or everybody. But he comes here. He's got his game face on, and he is all business, and you got to appreciate that in a pro athlete.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's the Pete Sampras. He's all business. Not out here to do any break dancing for the fans. He's here to play racquetball and try to win.
So if Jack's Pete Sampras, then Kane's Terrell Owens.
Normally he is. He's a little reserved today. Usually he likes to stick it in Jack's craw a little bit, and he's giving him a break with the trash talking, but he's not giving him a break with his racket. He's playing some top-level ball here. Oh, that's a great get.
Wow.
Great get.
Phenomenal rally.
Good rally, but good night. Oh, it's going to still go. Oh,
great hands. Unbelievable rally.
Yeah, unbelievable rally, but Jack had an easy setup, and he didn't put it away. He seems to be having trouble seeing the ball along the side walls, kind of in the middle of the court. He's had some setups come off the side wall into his wheelhouse, and he's just not laying it down.
And to you at home, that might seem just like an obvious thing. There's a crowd full of people on this lucite glass, and you would just think, yeah, well, the reason why is because it's glass, and they're playing on glass. But the fact is these guys have been playing on glass for a long time, for many, many years.
Yeah. I mean, this we're calling it glass, but it's actually acrylic. This is a 100% lucite acrylic court, absolutely crystal clear, no bending of light, perfect for television. And it plays really well for these guys. The ball reacts true. The tough part is just all the different colors outside the court. That ball's shooting down the wall, and everybody's got different color clothing on. And
wow, the spin on that ball as Jack cut that was the difference in Kane getting that.
Yeah, well, he put the ball down, so it's one of the first balls Jack's put down in a long time in the front court. This is desperation time for Jack. He needs to mount a charge here, and soon. That's a terrible serve. Not a good return by Kane. I don't know if Jack was going for a pass there. I mean, that's what he ended up with. I would have expected him to bury that ball. But
Jack,
it was a point. At this point, beggars can't be choosers.
Right. And Jack's starting to creep his way back in here.
Yeah, bad serve. He's on defense. Kane's on offense. Power splat. So that's that tight pinch that Kane hits. The ball just reacts so crazy.
So bad it was good.
If he would have hit that 3 feet back like a normal splat, Jack would have been able to track that down.
We'll be right back for more Racquetball on the Tennis Channel. Welcome back to the Tennis Channel. It's the 2008 US Open Racquetball Championships. 5-4 game 2. This is the best of 5. Playing to 11. Got to win by 2 in each game. First one to win 3 games will advance to the finals. A lot of legends around the court right now, as you can see on your screen here. Ruben Gonzalez, a legend of racquetball. One of the greatest players to play of all time back in the Marty Hogan era.
Well, actually, he's played in all the eras.
Yeah, really.
I call him the freak of nature. He's 56 years old. He has a body like a 30-year-old and still plays on the Pro Tour. Really unbelievable. He was named this past year Geezer Jock of the Year.
There's a Geezer Jock magazine.
He was on the cover of Geezer Jock magazine. And, like I said, he's a freak of nature. He's 56 and he's got muscles bulging out of every orifice. And
something else about this guy, this tournament, he played Waselenchuk. What was he, 50 years old, and he got to the quarters of the semis?
Yeah, about 6 years ago, he was in the semifinals at age 50. Just crazy. Guys. Both of them left balls up. First Kane and then Jack.
5-75.
The one thing I'll say for Jack in this game is he has not played well, and it's 5-5.
That's a great point.
If Kane was still playing at the level he was the first game, this sucker'd be over. But
wow,
yeah, that's interesting.
No, cross court.
5-75.
Wow, Kane asked him where he was going with that.
Yep.
As if he knew he was doing that on purpose.
Well, he asked if he was going for a reverse, and Jack said no, cross court. I don't think Kane realized how far that ball popped out. That's off the back wall. Jack is flying the ball off the back wall.
6-75.
I've never seen him hit so many balls off the back wall. I think it's a combination of he's having trouble seeing the ball on this court a little bit, and I think he's overswinging a touch.
Yeah, I think you're right. Both are evident. I mean, definitely some fundamentals are wrong there. I mean, not to mention he really is having trouble seeing it. I mean, which has never been an issue. I haven't seen him have any problems with visibility on this court in the past.
Yeah, I don't know what it is today. He's just, he did get clocked in the head with a racket at the last pro stop. He's got kind of a black eye. If we get a close-up, you'll see that. His right eye is pretty black and blue. It was completely closed at the tournament. He took a racket right into the eye socket. And perhaps that's having an issue for him with his vision.
Well, yeah, we talked about that during his interview, and he said in Canada, when that racket hit him over the head, it broke, and they were pulling pieces of graphite out of his face.
I know.
Oh my goodness. And he goes on to win the tournament.
Yeah, unbelievable. I think that was Mitch Williams that buried his racket in his head. So, it's a rough game. Like I said, UFC meets tennis.
Right.
And see, there you go. That was a loose ball in the middle of the court, and Jack buried it. We've probably seen that 2 or 3 times the whole match out of him. We need to see a lot more of it. Still having trouble finding a serve. You notice that last serve was not very good. Wow, that's great hands.
Smart move.
Great hands.
6-6.
See the sponsors on the wall here. A lot of support here at the US Open, as you know, Doug. Motorola, Verizon Wireless, done a great job for the sport. Air serve, Wilson Art Flooring.
Oh, geez, terrible shot. Terrible shot.
Oh, wow.
Terrible shot. He had 2 bad shots. Very uncharacteristic for Jack. Really lucky to be in this game right now. He's left up quite a few balls. I'm going to take that as a positive. If he can tighten things up here, I think he can pull this game out. Yep, there's a loose ball.
I think I heard this from Cliff Swain. One of his favorite things ever in the sport is if he can win when he's playing bad. He constantly talked about how easy it is when he's playing flawless and serves are good and return to serves are good and all the shots, how easy it is to win. But some of his best victories when he can win when he's playing bad, and that's, Jack's not on his game, but if he can somehow squeak a game out and make this 1-1, maybe he can turn it around.
That's a good shot by Jack there. He buried it in the right corner, even though he had a little distraction from Kane. Kane was letting that ball whiz by his shirt. But winning when you don't play well is certainly an attribute, but you're not going to do it against Kane Waselenchuk.
That's a great point also.
Wow. That was not a bad serve. That was pretty deep. That was not a bad serve, and Kane just bludgeoned it.
Wasn't even in his strike zone. That was up near shoulder
and deep.
Neck high.
This court's 40 feet long. He was about 39.
Right.
Good return. The issue for Jack right now is I don't think he's scored 2 points in a row. He's got to grab one here, grab one there. He's like on an Easter egg hunt, and he going from room to room and just occasionally finding a piece of candy here. Needs to find a serve that might be able to run. Good get. Look at that power.
That is unreal. Just blew it past him.
Blew it past him.
8-6.
That's just more of the same. Jack sailing the ball off the back wall.
9-6.
Kane's not going to miss those bunnies.
Time's out.
Jack takes a timeout. We're going to take a little break ourselves. 9-6 in game 2. Kane Waselenchuk up 1-0. Welcome back to the semifinals. The crowd loving it here in Memphis, Tennessee. Doug Gannum, here we are in game 2, 9-6. Kane dominating so far.
Yeah, this is desperation time for Jack Huscek. He needs to find a way to pull this game out. He's down 9-6, games to 11. Got to win by 2. Another sail off the back wall.
Just a miss, just a huge miss.
Now 2.
Wow.
I mean, he's playing pretty poor racquetball right now. That was a big point because now for Jack to win this game, he'd have to get to 12 because you got to win by 2. So always a big point when you let your opponent get to 10 first.
Hold it. Oh, this is screen ball.
That's a screen. You only get 1 serve at the pro level, with the exception of a screen serve. Now, if he hits it again, it's side out. You only get 1 screen. That ball hit him.
Yeah, it did look like
that
it hit
ball
him.
hit him. Yeah. That ball hit Kane, but he was going to chase it to the back wall and try to roll it anyways.
And it kind of looked like Kane had the thought in his head he was going to go between his legs again.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. You know, he's in a pretty good place right now. He's going to be loose. Oh, there's a break.
Way. Foot fault.
Called a foot fault?
Wow. Jack doesn't know it yet.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Look at this.
Yeah. Ouch.
10:36.
Yeah, this is devastating for Jack because now he's got to shorten his stride, and that's going to throw off his serve.
Oh, it's just so mental too, you know. You know, so many things to think about out there, and now you got to think about.
He was right in front of me there, Jack. That's game.
And that's the game on a 2 bounce.
Yeah, that was clearly 2 bounces.
Yeah, you hear some
bad
boos from
call.
the crowd. Not the way we wanted to see game 2 finish, and it's silence in this room right now.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this, Jack needs to play that out.
Can't see
He needs to
Hawthorne.
keep playing the rally. I mean,
It's right in front of your
until
face.
you hear the referee. Now, I think maybe he thought he did hear the call because usually Jack will keep playing. I think he thought that was still going.
Yeah, we're going to find out what Jack can do here to see if he can stay in this match when we get back here. Game 3 coming right up. Welcome back here. Kane Waselenchuk dominating so far, up 2-0, but here we are. I mean, you can never count Jack Huscek out. It's just a tall order for him to come back right now.
Yeah, the chances of him winning the match are pretty slim at this point, but now we're playing for pride here. I mean, he needs to pull at least this next game out, and you never know from there.
But with opportunities like that are just huge misses, I mean, who knows where that's coming from Jack Huscek. You just never see that from him.
No, you don't, but you got to give credit to Kane. He's putting a lot of pressure on him. You know, when he sets up for that ball, Jack feels like he has to absolutely roll it. So, you know, it puts a lot of pressure on you.
0-1.
Still searching for a serve. That's really the bottom line. He's going to bring the heat.
Just so relaxed out there. Kane is just, I don't think there's a tense muscle in his body. He's just cruising out there.
And being up 2-0 is nothing but a help.
Yeah, that's zen-like for him.
Yeah, he's even a little looser now.
Set up.
That really should have been a hinder if Kane would have lifted his racket up like he was going to hit that into the back wall just a little bit. He would have been able to get a hinder call. Still looking for a serve. He just cannot score any points on this guy.
1-0.
Kane's return of serve has just been flawless. He's not giving him any openings. We're going to see a little heat from Kane. Oh, short serve. I just think he feels like he has this match so in control that he's going to start to go for a little bit lower percentage things, lower percentage serves, maybe even some lower percentage shots. We'll probably see some thrillers for the fans here.
He's lined up here. He's been called for a foot fault. He's just barely. Hopefully we can get a camera now to look down at the feet of Jack Huscek as he serves here.
Well, if you notice, he's hitting other serves now. He's hitting Zs and things that require a shorter stride, and he's trying to take that foot fault out of play.
He's just barely, and the rule is if your foot is completely over the line, which, man, just barely touching that line, And these line judges' eyes are on him.
Yeah, and the problem for Jack is the quality of his serve now has been thrown off. He's not hitting very good serves, and I gotta believe it's because his mind is thinking about his stride, not the foot fault. Oh, great serve.
Oh, my. He got the ball and just could not finish the shot.
It would have been a tough shot. He was on the dive. You know, the issue was Kane hit a great serve, forced Jack to take a low percentage shot from the back, and so far it looks like more of the same.
3-1.
Kane with another half lob, Z. A little bit more than a lob, but
wow, what a save. Oh, what a save again. Just tremendous. Oh, look at the hand. Yeah, it's up. It's up.
Set up.
Trouble. Trouble. There we go.
Wow. Got away with that one.
Yeah, got away with it. Jack hit a couple loose balls. Jack hit a couple loose balls. If the fans got to see a good rally there.
And they want to fire up Jack. You know, they don't want to see a blowout here.
No, they want to see some more racquetball. Still looking for a serve.
Great get.
Great get.
Just missed that one.
But you know, he made him swing again. You know, he made Kane kill the ball twice that rally, and gotta give Jack credit for the hustle there.
Kane's up in this match. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Tennis Channel. It's the 2008 US Open Racquetball Championships. And Shane had a big win yesterday.
Yeah, beat the mentally tough Jason Menino. He's finding himself in the semifinals. I think that'll be next week on the Tennis Channel.
Vanderson, a great player, just one of the up-and-comers here, one of the young guns. And for him to take out a veteran like Menino, that's a big win for him, as he doesn't have a good record against Menino, so he finds himself in the semifinals.
He really dismantled him, actually. I mean, he controlled the whole match.
And back to this match, here we are, game 3, all tied up at 3 apiece.
Oh, that's a good shot. Sounded like he mishit it a little bit, but he got the result he was looking for. Still waiting for Jack to score 2 or 3 points in a row. Just hasn't happened. He's just grabbing a point here and grabbing a point there. What he needs is a streak. Well, there's one. Let's see if he can string 2 or 3 together.
Kane just stood, from a fundamental standpoint, just stood straight up.
Yeah, I mean he's just going for everything now. I mean that was he was going for the crowd favorite right there. He was going to hit the standing up shoulder high splat. You can see he bent his knees a little more on that one, and a little bit better fundamentals on that swing. This is one of the few times Jack Huscek's had a lead. I think he was up 4-2 the first game, and since then he's been looking at Jack, or looking at Kane, behind. Oh, bad shot. Oh, there's a screen. That should have been called a screen.
I go right down the line. Oh, great get.
No, he skipped it. Skipped that. Yeah, that's a good call.
Nah,
that ball's
who called it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to look at that replay. See,
we don't even need to look at that. That was a skip. I'll go on record for that one, Sean.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're looking at it right now.
Yeah, that's a skip ball. That's a skip ball. And it was actually confirmed by the sideline judge. Yep.
Wow.
Made him pay for that. You know, Kane's so loose. He's just a little cute, trying to hit a little dink shot in there. And, you still have the feeling he could step up and turn it on here. But you know, at this point, we're rooting for Jack. Some more racquetball.
Right.
Yeah, left that up.
I mean, definitely there has not been a series of more than, what, 2 or 3
No, that was the
points?
longest. 2.
Yep.
Yeah, 2. 2's the longest. He just went from 3-3 to 5-3, so that's a hot streak in this match. Interesting. Up to the ceiling from that point. The skip ball.
Worked out for Jack. I mean, it was a little shocking that he would hit a ceiling ball right there.
Yeah,
it worked out for him.
Well, I think he was coming up to cut it off and realized it was a little bit better serve than he thought. So I give him credit there. He respected the serve. I mean, when your opponent hits a good serve, you can't hit an offensive shot. You have to say, hey, you know what? That was a good serve. I'm going to live to fight another day and hit a defensive shot. Relocate to the center of the court and see if you can win a rally. Almost just up. Yeah, Jack's getting frustrated. He's just leaving everything up in the middle of the court.
It's a nice flat roll out there by Kane in the left corner.
Well, that's what I'm looking for from Jack. You know, something in the service box that he just flat rolls, and it's not happening very often. And he knows it. I can see the frustration on his face after his rallies. He knows he should win those. Tight pinch.
You know, the fundamental rule of racquetball is when the player's in front of you, then you would generally pass them. Players in back of you, you pinch them. But the fact is, I mean, Kane's hitting the ball so flat. Jack was up there diving. He was where the short line was, and Kane hit a pinch, and it was still down.
Yeah, I think Kane did a little misdirection there. I think he set up for down the line, and so Jack got up and started running back, and then he went ahead and hit the pinch. So,
wow.
That's pretty solid, and that's actually a little wider than Kane usually goes. That was a pretty wide pinch. A little unusual for him, but as we said at the beginning of the show, he's got it all.
Well, Jack's lead in Game 3 was short-lived.
Yeah, well, you know, Kane's been able to run 3, 4, 5 points in a row versus Jack's. Oh, look at this shot.
Oh, wow. Just controlling the rallies, Kane is. I mean, he's just standing right there in the middle. Jack diving all over the place.
He's got him running the court like a warthog. No question. He's going to bring the heat. Off the back wall.
Skip ball.
Skip ball. That ball skipped.
Skip ball.
Yeah, that's a good call.
The crowd doesn't think so.
No,
Let's take a look at that again also.
Yeah, it was actually pretty obvious.
I love your confidence on these, Doug. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have to apologize, but when you've been around it as long as I have, you can hear it and you can see it. You notice Kane didn't put up a huge fight. Ouch. Yeah, he might turn and look at corner now. Sometimes he'll turn and look at the referee after he gets a call that he thinks is a little questionable. After he buries the next one, he'll turn around and ask, "Did that skip?"
Right.
But he's really on his best behavior today. I'm impressed. No trash talking. Look at the power.
Got it.
I couldn't get it back to the front wall.
You know, big servers like Kane or a Cliff Swain or Sudsy or any of these guys who have huge serves, generally you see a really big stride and they get called foot faults quite a bit. Just in history, I just haven't seen Kane. I think Kane has a pretty good control over his stride. He doesn't get called for foot faults unless you see not even halfway over the line, you know? Wow. What a big rip.
Yeah, but it's a setup in the middle of the court. You know, it's the same story the whole match.
We're going to take another break here. We'll be right back for more exciting racquetball. Welcome back to the semifinals. You hear this crowd trying to fire up Jack Huscek to get back into this. They want to see more racquetball, Doug.
Yeah, Kane's got this thing firmly in hand at this point.
During the match, there has been 13 drive serves, this being 14 drive serves.
Oh, great shot.
From Kane, and just one from Jack Huscek.
Oh, that's off the bat.
Set up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kane is pulling out all the stops here. He's showing what he's got. Unfortunately today, Jack didn't have his best stuff, and you gotta have that against, look at that. That's an avoidable hinder. That's definitely an
avoidable hinder.
Oh yeah, all day long.
Let's listen to them for a second here. I want to see if Kane says.
Yeah, but Kane didn't see that Jack
I'm waiting for it. He's joking. Why is that unavoidable?
Right back in the zone. He had an easy setup.
Really? That's an easy setup? Wow, we're professionals, but come on.
Doug, why don't you talk about the definition of avoidable hinder?
Come on, Thorner.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty simple.
You'd be arguing
take
the same
away a
thing,
setup
too.
from your opponent because of your position on the court. The referee can say, you know what, if you hadn't been in the way, the guy would have made that. It's really that simple. Same story. Jack diving all over the court. Kane standing in the center, ripping balls.
Kane just 2 points away from advancing to the finals of the US Open. And
I'm going to say this, the road that Kane has had in this tournament has been brutal. He had to beat one of the hottest players on tour, hardest hitters on tour, Mitch Williams, in the 16s. Then he had to play Alvaro Beltran, who took him to the wire in the quarters. Then he's playing the only other guy on tour that's been able to beat him in the last 6 years, Jack Huscek. And in the finals, he's going to play another great player, either Rocky Carson or Shane Vanderson. So the road that he has to the finals to win this thing is unprecedented.
And there it is.
There you go. Finally see a little emotion from him.
Yeah, how fired up he is.
Finally see a little emotion from him. It was pretty quiet the whole match. You know, usually that's what you see every time he rolls a ball.
Absolutely. Kane Waselenchuk advances to the finals. So there you have it. Kane Waselenchuk really dominated the whole match, and then here he is now in the finals, and he's fired up about it, trying to make history as the only other player to win 4 U.S. Opens with Waselenchuk. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like his chances right now. I'll tell you this, 11-5, 11-6, 11-5, that's about as bad as you could beat somebody of Jack Huscek's caliber. I mean, that's a complete beatdown. Because you're not going to beat him 1-2 and 1. The guy's a phenomenal player. I mean, that was a dominating performance right there.
Those are scores of a first-round match, and as you see here, Jack Huscek's number 2 player in the world. I mean, he's normally number 1. In the last few years, he's been number 1, but Kane comes in and just destroys him here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough to beat Kane. I mean, he's back. That's the bottom line. Kane Waselenchuk is back. He's one of the best players to ever play the game. So, we'll see what happens to the rest of this tournament. Doug, it's been a pleasure working with you. All the fans at home watching the tennis channel, thank you for watching. Until next time, check your local listings for more exciting racquetball as we cover the 2008 US Open Racquetball Championships. Have a good night.